You have them, they're all sitting around. They're all dressed up like dogs dinner, and then they are sitting around, and it's like they're having a security council meeting.
For me, the vision is very important. You must have a vision. If you don't have a vision, you're not coming. You and I, we are not even going to have a union. I have to know that you're going somewhere and you're going to make it. Because I will not be with a man that will not make it.
Said women are more in tune with their emotions.
Yes.
And then someone who make decision based on emotion is a very dangerous person.
She can change
So
at
you
any time.
should be mindful of how you are going to make up your mind to move in.
There's nothing wrong with window shopping,
Yeah.
provided you don't try on the item. It's fine.
Hey, Neke Afro Pod in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting and insightful episode of Africa's very own Afropod. We're live on all social media platforms as well. You can subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and where? Twitter, yeah, as well. Tonight, we have a special guest in the building. But before I introduce this special guest, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the special people we always come here with. I mean, my usual suspect on my immediate right is the one and only. Give me your bag, give me your egg, give me your seeker one, Mr. Sticks. Mr. Sticks, what's up?
Yes, sure. You already know. Today, I think I'm gonna be cool with the bag now. So, and I think by Monday, you all should make sure you prepare my bag. So we should go into it.
We're still getting the bag on Monday, right? And then on my immediate left is the jollof. It's the freshest. It's the amofe. It's the bebe. It's the one and only. My sugar mommy. My youngest mommy. AKA SKA WCA. Lorna, what's up?
I'm doing good.
You're
Today
looking-
you've killed it.
I can
Yeah,
You're
you've
looking
killed
good.
it.
You're looking
Aye,
good.
thank you so much.
Your chairman day.
Everybody did.
Everybody did. Great. So, ladies and gentlemen, this special person is a socialite, right? One with a happy yourself soul, right? Very bubbly, very nice. And then I think lately he's been all over, social media. People are talking about him here and there, right? I think by far he should be the best dancer of the moment. I'm sure you don't know who I'm talking about. The suspense is wait. You already got to know who I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, is none other but the one and only one chairman, uncle, daddy, sir, Mr. Uncle Ken.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uncle Ken in the building. I'm sure by now you're like, oh yeah, that's him. Uncle Ken, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to Africa's one and only Afroport show, where we get to talk about any other thing that's going on across the globe and right here in Ghana.
Okay.
Well, we're good to have you.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Lately, there's been a social media rant out there. There's this thing going around where we have this young Ghanaian lady who's trying to beat the world record when it comes to sing-a-thon, our own sister, Ifua. We're trying to throw our weight behind it. We're supporting her. And I'm sure, Sticks, you don't want to say
Of
something
course,
to that
the
effect.
first time I saw her, it was on Yemi Baba's post on
Okay.
Instagram, and then on his status, he's really, really, really rooting for the girl, and then I'm rooting for her
You're
too.
rooting.
Yeah.
Dear sister, we are throwing our weight behind you. We pray that you make Ghana proud. We'll be there on that particular day to support you. With that said and done, we're back to Uncle Ken. Uncle Ken,
Yep.
I'm sorry to ask, but how are you able to dance or to be happy just like we see you on social media?
You have to make your own happiness. I always say this: life is way too short.
Wow.
So you have to make yourself happy. There's no sense in worrying about things that you can't change. So, for example, if say you're broke and you don't know precisely where you're going to get the money from, why worry about it? just leave it to the creator and let him do his thing.
Wow.
So I don't worry about anything. If I go out to a party, I do exactly that. Party.
Wow.
I leave all my troubles at home, put on my party clothes, go have a party. When I come back home, I come and put on my troubles again.
Wow.
It's just as simple as that.
Wow. Sticks.
I think one question I would like to ask is that what's the brain behind the fashion sense? I love it. I love the style and the razzmatazz. I really like to know.
You have to understand the background that I come from. I mean, my dad was a career diplomat.
Ooh,
So
okay.
he wasn't out there. I mean, everything was subtle. My mom, being a career diplomat's wife, also, in fact, she was a shy person,
Okay.
so never put herself out there.
Out there.
And so generally, I'm not even sure where I got this hoo-ha
Energy
from.
from.
Yes,
Yeah.
because none of my parents are like that. I have one brother, and he isn't like that, but he's also got a weird, well, not weird. Well, gosh, if he hears me say that, not weird, but he's also got kind of a
His own style.
strange, yes. It's always been my belief that if you get dressed and go out there, when people see you, they have to do a second take.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when you see me, I mean, good or bad,
Yeah.
when
You
you
gotta
see me,
come
you
back.
have to look back.
Check twice.
If they don't, I'm sorry, you got it
it.
wrong.
That's it. You miss it.
And I mean, some of my friends tell me that I've got a couple of screws loose upstairs. So, it helps. I mean,
I've also noticed,
Oh, this.
yes, I've been looking at it. I'm so curious. Yeah.
Well, I went to pick up
I
a
love
friend.
it.
I went to pick up a friend. Last week, Wednesday, from she was having her manicure,
okay.
pedicure. I went to pick her up, and whilst I was waiting for her to finish up with the thing, we just decided that it would be exciting to have that. So
Put something
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
I love it.
Nice. I'm sure, Lana, you don't want to ask anything on your mind.
Yes, your sense of fashion, coming back to it, is so bold. Even this discussion is a bold move. There aren't many people who would go out who would just do exactly what they want without calculating and wondering about other people. So I'm just, I want to know, where is your whole fashion, your wardrobe? How are you putting your
She's a fashion designer, by the
sense
way.
together?
I don't know. I am.
Yeah,
I-
she's a fashion designer.
I
so
think
Yes.
I think
So I'm very curious.
I've been blessed with having an eye for, well, I don't want to sound too I don't know. I've got an eye, I think, for
good stuff.
Good stuff.
nice things, just
Outstanding stuff.
Yes.
and like I said, I always want to look different. I don't want to look like everyone else.
Yeah.
So, and it's always my belief that, look, do what you are comfortable with, provided that it's not having any adverse effect.
On anyone else.
Yes,
society,
you have to be comfortable. So, if anybody's noticed, I always tuck my shirts in.
True.
I always tuck my tops in. I think that is probably from the era that I grew up in, or maybe from my parents as well.
Neatly
But I'm comfortable with having my tops tucked in rather than
Just
throwing it over.
And it's a sign of discipline too.
yes.
Well, I mean, I generally just feel comfortable
That
with
way.
that. So that's the reason
Yeah, I
why.
was just referring to the times that when we were in school,
Yeah, you had to
when
tuck in, yeah.
flog.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I do that.
No.
Another thing is, I don't like big clothes.
Clothes. Okay.
I like my clothes tight
Okay.
on me. So when I go out, I mean, like, my waist is a 28.
Okay.
If I wear a 30, I'm very uncomfortable. And even with the 28, I still have to put a belt to make
We just hold exactly how you want it.
So, but that's just me, and then anything crazy within reason, I would wear,
Wow.
you
Word.
know.
I love that.
So I won't put on a woman's dress to go out,
course, yeah.
but
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a cross between male and female,
You don't mind.
I'm
Would
good
use
to
it.
I'm good to go.
That's beautiful.
So basically, if you're comfortable in it, you're good.
Yes, I go for it.
I love it.
Uncle Ken, so with this Plash event that we've seen you being bubbly here and there, is it? I think I saw a comment on social media that said, "Is he being paid to attend these weddings and then at least make them happy?"
No.
Wow.
I'm generally a very happy character.
Wow.
So all my friends absolutely love me. I mean, we've been friends for 50 odd years, and they all love me. I used to have a short fuse, and I'm somebody who does not mince his words. I mean, I see it, I'll say it.
Yes.
So they always like something that somebody uses 20 years to say, you use 2 minutes to, and once I say it, once it comes out of me, I'm done.
Great.
We move on.
That's
So my genuinely, my friends love me for that.
Great.
So and when you go out to a party these days, when you go out to parties, you have them. They all sit
People are
around.
Everyone is
boring.
sitting
They are
down.
Yeah,
seated.
they all dressed up like dog's dinner, and then they are sitting around, and
I
On
actually,
their
it's like they're
phones.
having a security council meeting.
Uncle Ken, I actually said something in a party that we went to.
Security
Everybody was
council
just
meeting.
sitting down. You know what I said when I grabbed the mic? I said, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen, how you all feeling? Have you guys eaten? You have a drink and stuff?" I said, "But wait, so be family meeting we they do for you.
Precisely.
What are you guys doing?
I mean,
Come on."
I wake up, get dressed, come, and then I come and sit there, and then we're all looking at each other.
You haven't achieved anything. You haven't enjoyed yourself.
Precisely. I mean, I could do that from home. I can FaceTime you,
Yeah.
and then I can get myself a drink.
Yeah.
I'm a chef by profession. I make myself some nice food, and then we chat. I can even put music on. On
Talking about
background
putting
and-
music on, Uncle
Full
Ken, can
entertainment.
we just
No, yeah, we'll do
Can-
that. Yeah, we'll definitely,
Quickly,
we'll
quickly.
We
definitely
need
get
to
Uncle
shake
Ken on.
it. Yeah.
We'll definitely get Uncle Ken. Whoa.
Give it up, Uncle Ken. Give it up.
Uncle Ken in the building.
This is good.
Full energy. Full energy.
Uncle Ken, with the current state of what we're going through, it's across the globe, the hardships and everything. Would you say fashion is now expensive, or it has always been expensive?
Depends on what you're going for, really. I mean, if you've got a good fashion sense, you can go and buy yourself a piece of fabric and have it done for you. Sometimes it's other people are into like designer stuff. So if you're going to get designer stuff, then that has always been expensive. So it depends.
It depends.
Uncle
Yeah.
Ken,
Depends.
also
Lana,
a
you are
quick
into
one.
it,
Yes,
so-
I want to find out your wardrobe. Is it mainly from Ghanaian designers or tailors? Like, how do you?
Unfortunately, not from Ghanaian designers. Up until 10 years ago, I used to live in the UK.
Oh,
Okay.
So I lived there for 35 odd years.
wow.
And I wasn't even really into having my clothes made for me. I always used to
Buy
just
for
buy,
yourself.
them. And I'm not very proud to say this, but I do have a lot of clothes. I have a hell of a lot of clothes. I don't even know what I want to do with them. But anyway, I used to buy, it's only recently that I've started getting into kaftans.
Okay.
Okay.
And even with those, I don't know, it always sort of comes to me. So I come up with my own designs. Fortunately, I have a tailor who always gets it right. So
In Ghana.
yes,
Okay.
a very young man. So I try and describe
What do
What
you
what
want?
I
want.
want to him, and then he does it. So
Great. Great. I'm sure our fashion designer, it's
Yes.
okay with it. So I'm sure with the trend of fashion here, well, when you get in-house or maybe the Ghanaian fashion designer creating something for all of us, you are impressed with what you are doing now.
I think they could be a bit more bold than
Yeah.
Not
For the
bold
eye
enough
than-
for
fashion
us.
and
yes.
stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Like I said, it has to be eye catching.
Yeah.
When you look at it, when you see it, you have to look at it again.
Bespoke.
Yeah.
You know, so well, I mean, they could step
They
it up.
could, they
you
can
know,
step up.
yes.
Great. They can step up. Great. Ladies and gentlemen, we've heard a lot about Uncle Ken. We've seen him give us some move, especially his signature move here and there. But it's now time for us to visit our topic of the day, which our professor, Oga Patapata, Oga at the top, Oga Sticks, will introduce the topic to us. Oga Sticks, over to you, Joe Lati.
Yeah, okay. That's a very good one from Uncle Ken. He has really given us a very lovely time already this evening.
Yeah.
So, going into the topic of the day on Afropop broadcast, this is it. Her lady, who actually have a lot of things going on for her, like a lot of goodies, a lot of good stuffs. She have her own business. She have her own house. Like let's just it's even like a 6-bedroom mansion. Like yes, well to do. Who met up with a guy who is yes cool, have his own job, you know, coming up, everything is going on well, and he has like about some 2-bedroom apartment, not so bad. Yeah, everything is going on fine too. Yes, it's cool. Yeah. So these two met up, and then love happens, and then they got married. And after marriage, the question is, who is moving to whose house? That's the question. And I don't know if
Great. So, so if I made him, out very well, you met a lady going out with a guy now getting married or maybe
they got
married.
married.
The lady has her own big place or space. The guy is renting a space, and after marriage, what are they doing? Is the guy moving to the lady's house,
Yeah.
or the lady moving to the
Who
guy's
is
house?
moving to whose house?
Personally, I think we have tied ourselves up with the way some of these things work, especially when it comes to religion and even the Bible. Because the people who quote the Bible and tell you a man will leave his family and then go somewhere and then start up a family. So immediately something like this comes up, I'm sure that will be the first quote that will come up. But personally, there's nothing wrong when you'd have to move into your wife's
I
space,
totally agree.
but not permanent for some time. And I'm sure before you get married, right, there's a plan. A plan that maybe after 2 years we want to achieve this. After 5 years we want to achieve this. So if me, the gentleman renting out a space, baby, okay, we'll move to your space. The money for the rental or maybe for the renewal of the rent can be used for a land purchase. And within a 5-year period, we can build something for us, right? And after that, we move into that space. As to whatever happens to your property or your house, you determine. If you want to rent it out, that's fine. If you want to sell it, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But maybe the other problem might be societal pressure also, where you have people tell, oh, you marry, you live plus your wife
Yeah,
and
a
all
lot
that.
of people.
But you are getting into a union where you have a partner. So I'm not even sure you'd have to listen to the third party out there. And so personally, Uncle Ken, I don't see anything wrong with me moving to the lady space and then giving ourselves a time for us to build up our space and then move from the lady space to our space because it's her space.
I don't see anything wrong with it either. But you don't have to lay any pressure on yourself and saying that at a certain point let's make a plan, and then at a certain point we'll do this and we'll do that. Once you get married, the two of you form a
Become one.
union.
Yes.
If she's got the biggest space, you move into it.
Yes.
You move into it. Unless maybe you've decided that, look, we don't want to have children, and this big space is way too much for us, and decide that you want into the man's place. But personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, and you don't have
Yeah,
to.
same here.
You don't have to
I don't think anything is wrong.
make any. But Africa, Africa is completely different. So everybody expects the man to have his place,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter if the woman has a mansion; they have to move into the
Man's place.
the man's place, and if they don't, again, like you said, what will people say? Who cares what people say?
That's why he said just for a short while because
Uncle Ken,
there's an
sorry
issue.
to cut you. What if it's in a house where the mother lives with her and maybe one or two of her siblings? You would still want to live under that roof?
I see no reason why not. I have an aunt who lives with her daughter. That's my mom's sister. She lives with her daughter and her husband in the same house.
And it happens in Ghana. It
And,
happens in Ghana.
and she's been living there for the
That's
last
extreme for me.
But it happens.
15 years.
15 years.
Okay.
Yes, and the husband has an extremely beautiful relationship with the mother-in-law.
Do you think the man is limited?
No, not at all. He isn't.
Okay. I will count him lucky.
Yeah, one in a
Do you
million.
Okay.
feel like he's lucky
One in a
or
million.
one in a million?
One in a million.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
think
love
it's
that.
that
One in a
Even for a
million.
woman, it's hard.
I think from my own perspective, I'll say I want to stay in the zone of the man that I am. I want to champion this union. I want to make sure I paddle this boat. I want to make sure I turn this Benku very well so that I go down well. And then so that by the time they serve them, they don't go tell me, say, where the money where you bring, where then take cook this Benku. There's something I understand about women a lot. I actually have, my primary job is actually something that is related to women. And then I get to tend to understand a lot of things. Sometimes even when I get to have some conversation. There's something women have. A man can actually endure with something for a long time, but a woman cannot.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that, yeah, you can meet a woman who said, oh, you're not there yet, you're still moving things, and she's already there. She can actually put up with you for some time, actually move up with you for some time, actually still kind of like carry you. But there's a limit to how long a woman can carry along with things like this. I would not. I think I'll be cutting down my dignity. I think I'll be dragging. I'll be making my essence store. Understand the fact that what they believe is not actually what it should be. I think I will not represent my own manlyhood well. I think I would not move into the house. I think I would rather take it as something of somewhat of an encouragement for me to kind of like even do more and to kind of like even give, even if I cannot buy a house at that time, I'll try and get something that could actually really quantify like that is close to, even if it's not like what she already owned, but something that can actually really quantify, that can actually come to that level to. It's not like you are living in East Legon, I'm going to take you to Soweto. No, I'll still make sure I find somewhere around East Legon where we can still live
Don't you think
comfortably.
when you do that, you are
Problem with your
putting too much
ego.
pressure on yourself?
You do
Yes,
realize it's
you're having
it's not
too
a
many
it's,
issues.
it's not a competition.
Yeah,
It
no.
looks like a competition.
No,
for
it's
you
not.
and
It's
God.
not a
Yeah.
competition.
Because
you said-
By the time that you get to the marriage part, you decide to actually get
Yes,
married.
yes.
And I mean, you'd have gone through
Some of
quite
these-
a bit.
yeah.
Yes, please.
and you've made
And
plans.
hopefully
Yes, please.
you'd have you'd understand each other.
Yes, please.
Once you get married, from that point on, it doesn't really matter what you do or you cannot do. And
Uncle Ken, we are
Because you're
talking
moving
about
together.
Uncle Ken, we are talking about marriages of nowadays that doesn't even go more than
No,
sometimes
you didn't
2
say
weeks.
nowadays. You said they fall in love. Love changes the whole equation.
See,
exactly.
And the
Yes,
two
I
becomes
agree with
changes
you.
the whole
equation.
And then the two becomes
I will
one.
put it
Precisely.
to.
And
I'll
the
put
two
it to
becomes
us.
Because
what?
then it wouldn't matter anymore.
It will matter, my dear. It will
Is
matter
it-
in
no,
the
no.
sense that
But
Why?
if you go into the marriage with this kind of
Approach.
the marriage isn't going to work.
with the kind of approach that I want to take care of my family, with the kind of mind that I want to be responsible for everything
If you
that
are
my
fortu-
family
if-
incurred.
if you are fortunate to have the means to take care of your family the way you think that they deserve, it's fine.
You just said the man is not
But
capable.
if yes, I
No,
mean,
no, I didn't
He's
say
not
he's not
up to the
capable.
standard.
You know when it happens
You are not
that
getting
way,
my point. I
it's-
did not
it
say
can
he's
be
not
replicated
capable.
He's not up to
He
the
has his
standard.
own thing going on.
he has his own thing
Now,
going
what
on.
is the
But
difference now
But
is
he has
the woman
he has a
owned a
two-bedroom
house.
apartment.
He has a two-bedroom
The
apartment.
woman owns
Yes,
mansion.
what did you say? A six house?
Yeah,
six
it's a
bedroom
bedroom
house.
Obviously a
mansion.
mansion.
Yes.
So I mean, let's say it the way it is. Obviously, the woman has more
Than the
Than
man.
the man.
than the man.
It will not still give me the guts to cower my balls and then
Could it be insecurity?
want to kind of
Could
like,
it be
No,
insecurity?
it's
you
not
will move-
insecurity.
So he will move
not
out of
insecurity.
his
Because
two-bedroom
we hear
house and
most
go and
men
try
are-
to get a house that is like
we hear
close
most-
to the woman's
Because
standard,
we hear
even
most
though
men
he's
are-
not capable
and then
of.
and-
you're creating problems for yourself.
And
I'm
we hear
not
most
creating
men
problems for
are
myself.
intimidated by
You
successful
are.
women.
I mean, you.
Could it be the case?
No. That's
have
not
to
it.
ask him.
That's not it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God we have a woman here, Lana. If I ask you for money today, let's say we're dating, for example. I ask you for money today. I ask for money tomorrow. I ask you for
No, be
money
say
for
go talk am by
consecutive.
head
No,
inside
wait,
the day too.
please,
You
wait,
dey
please.
date am true,
I
true.
want a woman to really
You
give
dey
me.
date am true, true.
I want a woman to really give me feedback.
No, you dey date am
I
true,
want a
true.
woman
Yeah,
to
I
give
want
me
you to
You
say
won't
what
feedback.
date am
he's
talk, make
saying.
I talk for you.
Wait, you don't need to talk for me.
Lana,
I'm a
you
man
won't
of
date am.
myself. I don't roll like that.
Like me, I want to listen to what he wants to say.
I don't
So
roll
you
like
can
that.
land.
I'm
Okay.
a man of my own self. I'm a man of my own word.
Mhm.
And when I want something,
Give
I
me
go
the bag.
for
Give
it.
me the bag.
Highest is a
Give me
no.
the bag.
Highest is a yes. And if it requires
Okay,
a
ask
bag,
the
I'll
question.
drop a bag.
I drop the
So
bag.
what I'm saying is, because there's something about women that I know so well, and I've seen it in some marriages.
Thing.
Okay, we talk about.
And I won't put 90%. I won't put a figure of 90% to what you're
It's
saying.
not true at all.
That is not true at all.
And then love is
I'm
involved.
dating.
That- yeah, that is
I'm
not true
putting
at all.
it in today's context. I'm
Yeah,
not talking
sure-
about
I'm
the
sure
days
he
of
has,
our
he has
mom.
personal experience. So
I'm not
it's
talking
coming
about
like,
the days of
yes.
our
you know.
mom. I'm putting it in today's context.
You see,
In today's
I also
context,
think there's
in
an
today's
ego
context,
If
problem
you even
as well.
sleep in a girl house more than some weeks,
But
you've
be like,
overstayed your welcome. You go see
be like
one
this
small
matter
thing,
they talk,
You
you
know
want
what?
mention
one
name.
small rat,
But
one small
be
rat.
like this matter
Even
they
the
talk, you want
brother,
mention name.
the brother.
You say if you be boy, you do what? You sleep for it.
when
A
you go
woman's
sleep,
house.
I'm just saying when you go sleep for a woman in
But
house
my guy,
for
be
even
David,
some
he dey
few
sleep
days.
for a woman in house 3 weeks, but then the date normal.
Okay, let me tell you something,
Nothing
bro.
happy. My guy David,
It's
he dey
very,
sleep for
very
some girl in
possible.
house,
I'm
but
telling
nothing
you,
happy.
I'm telling you that
He doesn't communicate.
It is
That's
in
why.
a chance. It is in a chance of. It is in a chance of. The variation is very, very far. I'll put this to you, and I'll put it to you over and over again. See, I asked Lana a question. She has not
You
even
did not
answered that
ask
question.
me.
I
You
think
were
there was
asking
a
the
rhetorical-
That
questions
question
and then
is that
We'll come back
question
to Lana
is
for Lana
if
to
I
answer.
am
Okay, so
let's say we
let's
are
throw
dating.
the question across.
Now we are not even married.
Mhm.
Because I've seen scenarios where things went south for the husband and then the wife took over and then everything went somewhere else for the man.
Okay.
That's where we
So let's
start
throw the
even saying-
question
So
to
now
Lana.
the question is, how long do you think you can feed me?
I'm not in love with you, so how can I?
No,
feel it?
imagine you're in love with someone, right? Imagine you're in
Mhm.
love with someone, and then this whole scenario pops up, right? He's trying to say women don't really have
Just
that
look at that.
We
No,
would-
just
no.
look at that. I'm not in love with you.
Yes.
How can I feed you? A
Hey,
man
you
can
said
even
that
feed
how
someone.
long can I
Can you
feed
hear? Can
you?
you see a woman?
Yes.
Can you see a woman?
No,
A man
cool
cannot. No.
down.
Let's go
Why
back
you so
there.
charged?
Let's go back there.
You said
a
no.
woman.
We're talking
A woman.
about no.
I'm not in love. How can I
No,
feed
don't
you?
tell me. No, he's
Hey,
telling my words.
once the love
no,
goes
that's a
away,
lie.
you are a
You are
dead
telling
man.
my words.
no,
because
no,
you
no,
said
Once the
they
love
are
goes
in
away,
love.
you are a dead man.
In
No,
that
he
context,
said
She
they
just
are
said
in
it.
love.
No,
No.
sticks. Hold
She
on.
just
No.
said it.
Sticks, hold on.
Oh,
No,
you
you
got-
Lana, let's hear
no,
from
no.
you.
You got it wrong.
I
You got it
don't.
wrong.
Not entirely.
she
I'm
was
not in love with you. How can I feed you?
Talk
No,
about
no.
the context.
That's
That
a different
statement was
context.
made in
No,
reality.
Let her
It's
respond.
reality we're
No,
talking
no,
about.
no,
Uncle
Lana-
Ben.
She wasn't making. It
No,
wasn't.
it was out of that
scenario.
context.
Yes.
Right? It was out of
No,
that context.
you said
right?
when
You know,
when you
marriage.
said
So let's
we
do
are talking.
relationship.
Yes, we are talking
Relationship.
about
Mhm.
relationship
Okay, let's
that
go.
will lead to marriage. Let's
Yeah.
not go. Let's not
So let's
try
take,
to
let's
just.
let's stay within the
He
box.
said
Okay.
relationship
Yeah,
that
relationship.
will go.
Yeah.
We have decided to be married. If I've decided to marry this man,
Okay.
then that means I'm prepared for whatever it is that we are doing because
Okay.
we are definitely going to have a conversation. And he has to express his consent
Yeah.
and I'll also express mine.
Yeah.
So that conversation about saying that how long can you feed a man? If I have it and I want to be with you and we have agreed to marry, the feeding will happen. It's not a problem.
But we are talking about longevity. Many a times
Because
we've
the man
seen
too be working.
situations where maybe the man was well-to-do, and at a point things wasn't going too well, and then the woman starts growing some ego, like
You go
she
drink
grows
garri.
Obvious.
changes and all that.
You
That's
know,
what I'm sure Sticks was trying to say.
our culture also doesn't help the situation
Okay.
because you have aunties, some people and uncles
Okay,
that would
yes.
be against,
Thank God.
which
Yes.
can affect the
relationship.
So
relationship.
it
Yes.
means what he said.
That would make the
What he
woman
said,
have
can
No, if you have,
hold
if
water
you
at
have,
the
if
point.
you have a good woman,
Okay.
they will stick by you for as long as it takes.
That's it.
If
There's a clause. There's a
But
clause
you
in there
see, you
that
are
says
talking as if it's all women.
no,
There's
no,
a
no, no,
clause
no, no, no,
that
no.
in there that
See, that
says
is the one.
So
That,
it's the
that's
same.
the problem I have
But
with Nala.
Uncle-
Nala
Uncle-
not
Uncle-
all
Uncle-
quotes
no,
you
I
and
know,
put
Uncle
something
Ken has a
serious.
point.
It's the
I
same
put
thing.
percentage.
Uncle Ken
You
has a
cannot say I
point.
said
It's
all
the
women. I
same
even
thing.
put
But
70
you didn't say
30.
all
Uncle
women.
Ken
You
has a
cannot say I
point.
said
Uncle
all
You
Ken has a
didn't
women.
say
point.
all
What he
women.
said,
But
what
Uncle
he
Ken
said
has
that
a
point.
he was talking in today's
Okay,
world.
let's listen.
Yes.
In today's world,
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
a lot of things happen.
Thank you.
Yes.
For one thing, my nieces and my nephews can come up to me. Some call me Ken, some call me Uncle Ken. I couldn't do that when I was growing up with a. So in today's world, when the children go out, they buy champagne.
Pop bottles. Pop bottles.
When they buy brandy or whiskey, they buy it by the bottle.
Yeah, Uncle Ken, you for
I
sure.
couldn't afford
You for sure.
a tot, let alone
The bottle. Bele.
what.
Azu. Who order Azu?
Everything has changed.
Yes,
Relationships have also changed.
I come and take you out. In my day, if I say I'm taking you out,
Under the mango
if I
tree.
wanted to be posh, we used to go to there's this place, bus stop.
Yeah, bus stop. Bus stop in Osu.
Yes,
Bus stop.
and that is me being posh.
Circle.
Otherwise,
the
then
one at Harry's
it's-
Across bus stop.
yes, Harry's Across bus stop.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yeah, Harry's
sir.
Across
Yeah.
bus stop.
Otherwise, it was Yokogari or Wache or something like that.
No place this
But
sell
these
pie.
these days, we are talking posh restaurants, so like Kozo,
Kimpiski.
Ilona, and stuff like that.
yeah,
Because
That is
you know,
exactly.
you know.
by the
That is
time
exactly.
Yeah.
by the time
you
you
know.
leave the place, between the two of you, I mean, if you both like a lot of food,
Yes, please.
by the time you leave, you are looking at 2,000-3,000 Ghana cedis.
Well,
I
don't
only
bet,
scan
sir.
so banya do it.
You know,
Only scan no what that.
if you start
Wow.
a relationship that way, it has to continue.
Yes.
It has.
The moment
Yes.
that stops, there's a problem.
Yes.
That is today's world. When I was growing
That's
up,
true.
that didn't happen.
Um,
So, if I'm not doing well, my lady props me up.
Supporting you.
If she's not doing well, I prop her
But
up.
Uncle Ken, what's the guarantee that she will be willing to do that to a period of time?
In my day, they would till.
Uncle Ken,
But
in
today's
this day,
today's
Even
age,
these days, they are doing it.
But-
I think
Who?
you'll be the best person to
But
answer
you
today's
see,
age for me.
they
After
also
Uncle
do.
Ken.
It's been done.
This, in today's world, the men have tied themselves up in a complete knot.
Uncle
Oh,
Ken, the
thank you
pressure.
so
Uncle Ken,
much.
And they are-
Uncle Ken,
and
no
they-
be we will be
hitting
the
the
pressure
point.
we
They are
get am.
thinking that
Ken,
when
this-
I'm going
this-
out,
this-
Let him
this-
land.
this
the
is-
moment I'm going out, I decide that I'm dating. Listen, I have to show the lady that I'm
It's all about
capable
show.
of. Yes, a lot of things. And as soon as the lady too comes in and they are enjoying this stuff, I mean, like we say in fancy, one on piano waba.
Obi
I mean,
happy and waba.
if you are giving me, at the moment you stop, I'll start feeling it. If I have the syrup,
The honey dropping in there.
on my ears, on my tongue, the moment it stops, I'll feel it.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so and I like the honey, so if it stops, I'm going to go somewhere else for the honey.
Thank you.
So-
Uh,
so-
uh,
So
Uncle
that's what
Ken,
happens.
Uncle
It's
Ken.
ego that affects the whole.
Uncle Ken, no, it's not ego.
No,
See,
ego-
you
if in-
kept saying
so
ego.
if in
You
today's-
kept. That is what
if in
women
today's-
do.
if in
Women will
today's world-
calculate you and just conclude on you. That is
No,
what
no,
they
no.
do.
It
And
is-
a woman who does that,
It is up to you, the man,
No.
not to start this
The
situation.
relationship on that note.
Yes.
I'm not starting
It is
that.
up to you,
See,
the man.
I'm not
For you
starting the
not to start
relationship on
the
that
relationship on
note.
that-
There's no
you know,
communication. It's
I'm
all
not
about
starting
show.
that. I'm not starting
Sure.
the relationship on that note. Now let's. This is even nice. Uncle Ken, you live outside. You've been all around the world. You've been outside. You see what's going on. How there was a situation I've seen.
Woman
Guy
show,
went to
woman
work.
show you Pepe.
No, not me.
Oh, okay.
The guy went to work, came back. The lady brought another guy to their matrimonial home, and then the guy wants to be like, kind of like, wow, what is the, talking about everything, like, why would you do? And then the woman, the wife, called the cops on him, and then at the end of the day, he was the one kicked out of his own house. Hey, daughter of Eve, my brother. Yes, sir. You for careful. You for check yourself well. I've had.
Wow.
You've been
It's
watching-
only. It's
you've been
only.
watching-
been so
You've
hurt.
been watching way too much.
No, it's not. It's not.
television.
No. I'm talking about real life situations. This is not TV.
Listen,
Sir,
I'm
things
glad-
that happen
I'm glad-
nowadays.
I'm glad you said that.
Things that happen
I'm-
nowadays, sir.
I'm glad you mentioned that I lived out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Of one of the, I'm a very liberal person. Okay?
Yes,
Okay.
So I learned to be this way, living outside of this country,
Yes, please.
or more or less living outside of Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you meet in, I would say the UK, because that's where I lived most of my life. But I've seen it in all the other places as well. But normally, when you start dating a girl, in most cases, and I'm talking white people here, in most cases, the girl does not actually. There are very few girls who actually expect you to pay. They go Dutch, and then when they get to know you,
I won't slice me, take
and-
me, throw you out.
and when they get to know you, and they think that you're capable, they start kind of pushing back in,
Okay.
Allowing you to.
yeah, and then
also-
allow you
To step in.
to do more of the pain. And most times when they get married, it's always been a 50-50 thing. The only time where
It has always been a 50-50 thing.
yes,
Here.
but the only time where it becomes a problem is when the man cheats on the woman.
So when there's infidelity,
Yes.
it cracks.
Yes,
changes
when there's
gear.
infidelity, that is when it becomes a problem.
And the
It is
situation around here-
The
it
gear
is a
changes.
massive problem.
Yeah.
The situation around here, it doesn't even have to
so
be.
cruelty comes into it.
Yes,
It doesn't even have
Anger.
to.
because
Turns
you see, again, men and women speak different languages.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay,
Also true.
women are more in tune with their emotions,
Emotions.
Yeah.
than men. Men, by the nature that we were made, we are predators.
Yeah.
Uncle
So
Ken,
even-
before I forget, you said women are more in tune with their emotions.
Yes.
Yes.
And then someone who make decision based on emotion is a very dangerous person.
She can change
So
at
you
any time.
should be mindful of how you are going to make up your
but
mind to
everybody has
move
emotions,
in.
and you can control your emotions too.
So, Uncle Ken,
If
you
you
can continue,
understand your
please.
emotion, don't say
you know,
that. I
I've
will
been
not agree.
I've been listening to you, and I think you must have been very hurt by somebody
Yes,
in the past,
extremely.
Amaka.
and
Amaka, I know her.
extremely.
and decided that never
Oh, Uncle
again.
Ben, thank you. Uncle Ken, thank you so much.
I just decided that I'm not going to put the control over my life
It is not.
in my own wife's hands. I will be the man I'm supposed to be. I will man up. Like I said, I don't own a house. She owns a house.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I know the worth of the kind of house she owns. And I know the kind of lifestyle that is going on around there. Yes. Even though if I cannot buy, it will be as a motivation from. I'm the kind of person that support a woman to go far, to go well. If you want to go, I don't even like lazy women. See, it gives me a different vibe. When you're lazy, you should open it like that. I know they do.
No.
So,
you have to,
Lana,
you have to go into the situation.
I think right after Uncle Ken's submission, I'll come to you.
You have to go into a situation with an open mind. And marriage, I always say marriage is like it's life imprisonment without parole.
Yes, please.
So
But Uncle Ken,
you
this
have
will not
to-
be Ghana prison.
Nowadays,
no beginner prison. but
nowadays there's parole.
before you make that decision, you have to think long and hard. And once you make that decision, you go in with an open mind and you make sure you stay in. Yes.
Open mind.
Open mind.
There are two minds in this now. Even friends can come into business together
Don't marry.
with one open mind,
That leads
Listen,
me.
Then don't
and
marry.
then the other with, I want to shank you mine.
I for one, I totally, like I said, men are predators.
Yeah.
Men will go looking. There's nothing wrong with window shopping,
Yeah.
provided you don't try on the item. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I totally, as a person, I totally disagree on you cheating on your
Partner.
partner.
Oh, no.
Totally.
Oh, no.
That is the game now. It's like
Totally disagree.
it's very
So
regular. and common.
that's why I'm saying that before you, as a man, before you enter that orb, you have to make sure that you know exactly what you're putting yourself
Into.
But
into.
to
And then
have,
once you are in there, stay there.
Yeah.
but to have
focus.
problem with some of these people, to have problem with some women, I should say, sorry for my word, to have problem with some women, I should say, you don't even have to cheat.
Yes.
And then, do you know, in addition, just one more thing, in addition, a successful lady, it is 90 out of 10 that you don't see 90% that their mother, like they don't listen to their mother. The 90%, they listen to their mother. So you can say, okay, she has agreed and she told her mother said no.
So this leads me to my next question, and it's coming to you, Lana, because you are the woman right here. Do you think the family, or maybe the society as a whole, has a say in this particular decision between a potential husband and a wife, or a husband and a wife?
I think that yes, but it all depends on the position of both, like the woman, because usually, especially for me in Africa, it's like you love me, you love my family.
Okay.
That's how you. So obviously, as a woman, like he said, Ade was saying, we listen to our elders. But in the decision to say that I'm going to marry a man and we are now married, there are some things that it is between me and the man. The family can talk, but it will not penetrate.
With all women.
Not with all women.
Thank you.
Obviously, it can't be with all women.
Yeah.
And it's difficult also because usually when you're growing up as a girl and you are going through relationships and maybe probably you didn't listen to your elders in that moment when they were giving you advice. Okay, I'm talking, maybe part of it is from my experience. You didn't listen and it ends you somewhere you don't want to be. When you're in a relationship now, you are more careful and you pay more attention to what they say because you probably have listened to them and it's gone in a good way for you. That's also another issue. So the angles are, I believe, are so many. Or Uncle Ken, Uncle, yeah.
Do you believe
I
that you
think-
have limitations? Do you believe that your
Every-
man actually have limitations
of
to
all-
things that he can say in the house?
First of all, me, I want to tell you that myself, I don't want a man who doesn't have that force to move and do something. If you
Okay.
don't have it, then it's not me.
Thank you.
No, that's the truth. I'm talking about myself. I have to see that there's potential, and I see that you want to get to somewhere, even if you are not there now.
You want to see it. I think
yeah.
I'll give Uncle Ken.
So what she's saying, I mean, I agree. She's
Thank
right
you.
from the onset. She knows what she wants.
Yes.
So if you're a deadbeat,
Don't expect me to
husband,
come and keep you in
then
my
obviously
house
she's not
and be
going to go
feeding
with-
you the
she's-
whole
she's-
time.
she's not going to
I
go
won't
with
do
you.
it. Yes, you will not be there.
Uncle Ken, so I'm trying to play the
100%.
scenario here so that I give you the last word and then we'll come around and then wrap up. I'm your son, right? I'm getting married to this lady, right? And then we find ourselves in the same situation. And here lies the case that the lady lives with her parent, but still in a bigger mansion. And I'm renting maybe a chamber and a hall in Medina somewhere. And I'm going to marry this lady, right?
Yeah.
And looking at the lifestyle this lady has lived throughout her life, she thinks, oh, babe, why don't you join us so that we can create something together? And me being me having that barrier of insecurity, I'm saying, no, I can't live with my in-laws in the same house. Me being your son, what would be your best advice for me?
I will tell you to come out of the dark ages and then do what.
Grow up.
Yes, the two of you. What is best for the two
You
of
should
you?
go and live with them.
If that is the good situation, then yes.
Do you
by all means.
believe men can
for
be
example,
abused?
you might be working. Let's say the house is in, let's say, Chado.
Yeah.
Maybe you work in Adabraka. Your wife works in Osu, but your house is in Malam.
Uncle Ken, if you want to talk Kaswa. Malam,
Okay,
make we go
Kaswa.
Kaswa.
Like, if you want to talk to me, he can talk to you direct.
Kaswa people there, Kaswa.
For me, from where I will be sitting, it will make sense for you to move into your wife's place in Chado, rather than you both go to Kaswa, and then you have to trek all the way from Kaswa to Adabraka, and then she has to do the travel from Kaswa to Osu. When in the beginning it was easier for her to just do Chado to Osu. So you have to take the circumstances, and if the both of you, I mean, whatever you decide, because you have to make your own, you have to create your own experiences, so that in future you can pass it on to your children. I lived in a completely different world from what it is today.
Thank you.
I cannot relate
With what is going on now?
what went on then to
what's happening now.
What's going on
to what's
now?
happening now.
Yeah.
See, in those days, it was a complete no. Once you get married, the woman moves into your house, whether you live in Timbuktu or not. And then full stop. There was no question. Now it's changed. It's a completely different situation. So yes, you look at your circumstances. But I will not advise you that because you are the man, to take charge, and then you all move into your little place in Kaswa, and then
the whole inconvenience.
Okay.
You will not be my
Okay,
man.
I think
You will not
I'm
be
coming
my
to you.
man.
I'm coming
we
to you
deviated
for
from
your
the
last
beginning. like I said, he's actually doing well too.
Oh,
But
no,
just
no,
that
doing well is relative.
it was not.
No,
It
no,
was.
no.
It
Doing well is
doesn't hone.
no,
That's
do,
the
no, no,
That
no,
is
no.
that's the
Sticks,
difference.
sticks. Doing well is relative. Doing
Yes,
well,
doing well
I
is
can live
relative.
in a
It's
Yes.
single
relative.
room
Doing
and then
well-
I'll
And
be
you are
relative.
doing
and then I'll be
by the
doing well.
calculations.
Exactly. So doing
But
well is
we
relative.
make specifications.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
he's
understand
doing
you.
well, but he lives in a smaller place
In a
because he was
smaller
one.
Two-bedroom
space.
Let's say
house.
that he
Yes.
two-bedroom house because he was one. But once he got married, maybe he had, or even before he got married, he had decided that once he gets married, he's
Yeah.
going to build something for the two of us and our children.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a completely
There
different
definitely has to be a
situation.
plan.
There can be a
but-
plan right now. There can be a plan right now. See, I see where Uncle Ken is coming from. Way back, even we used to say, "Oh, they don't marry all the better women finish." We used to say it. No,
We too,
no
we say
offense
that
to
the better
anything.
men are
Even
married.
women do
Yeah,
say
yeah,
say
yeah.
they don't
It's
marry all
allowed.
the
We
better
say
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
men.
yeah.
Yes,
It's
we
allowed.
say
It's
that
allowed.
the men are
women
married. The
even
good
do-
men
All
have
the
been
good men
taken
are-
already.
okay.
Yeah,
Women
it's allowed.
even do say that they don't even marry all the better men finish.
Yes.
Okay, now the thing is, do we all believe in? I know what is rampant is my husband abused me. My husband. Do you all believe that there are some men who are in a marriage that have been abused?
It's possible.
And these are one of the part of it.
No, it
Of course
happens.
it's
It happens.
possible.
It's just
It
that
happens.
the
It
men
goes
are
both
Circumstances
ways.
are way
men,
different.
the men are too busy being men.
And then-
they
and
don't.
then-
They don't share
Talk
their
about it.
emotions or maybe
We
tell
don't
us
have
what's
to, that is
going
how
on.
we
Yeah.
were built
We're
not
brought
to talk
up,
about
you know.
emotions. So now, instead of myself to put myself in a situation where even maybe some younger or some of our younger bro who used to see there's something with this generation that
That's
we
what
are
I'm
in,
saying.
they will trample on you, they will trample on your ego, they will trample on your pride, they will trample on you self as a man.
So in wrapping up, or maybe your final words, what do you stand for, or where do you stand at this particular moment?
Okay, because I believe the fact that I will not categorically say it cannot happen.
Yeah.
But a chance of you going into that, putting yourself into that situation, going to leave, if it is just you and the woman, it might be quite good. Like you guys can find balance.
But when there's a third force-
I've seen situations that in a majority of every female who is doing so well, who has their own thing going on, their parents has a lot to say.
Okay.
They actually would literally even want to hear from that side. See, the problem I'm seeing is not actually with the woman at first, who all said, no, I'll be with you, babe, we'll go, let's go all the way.
It's the
See,
external.
now the scenario now is the other stuffs, the other principalities and powers that is behind the whole thing, pressuring. This one, she'll say you'll be mogul. I've seen scenario, it has happened.
Okay.
Yes,
For that one, it can happen.
because a lot of things will be happening, and then she will have to express that. I don't know. And she said, because there will be setbacks. We can't say it's gonna be rosy. That's the
Yeah.
part I am going into, because for me, in my whole life, I don't always think about the money I make.
Yeah. Well, I understand you.
I'm always thinking about the worst scenario.
Yes.
That's me.
It's
and
true.
it has always been working for me. So I would say it, and I will still say it again. I'd rather man up. It's not out of insecurity. It's not out of I just want to keep my dignity. I just want to put my
Solid.
pride or my backpack on
Solid.
and hustle for this family
Solid.
and make sure, because along the line I've seen men who became so lazy. I've heard stories of men who brainwashed their wife to sell that house. And then at the end of the day, they come back to that same level. No, I wouldn't tell her to sell the house. I wouldn't tell her to do this. It's a house. I am going to make sure I get our own house.
So
But
you move her from
Sorry.
the
I
house.
will not
Solid.
go and stay on. Even in relationships now, I hardly go to women. I go come your house. It's not pride, it's not anything. I just wanted to keep that respect, because when a relationship actually lack respect, it's no longer, even marriage is no longer.
Solid. I understand your point very well, because where I come from, Uncle Ken, I'm sure you know, yes, somebody, I know some kwedu, and also some kwedu, I know somebody. So I think it's either which way. Jollof.
I'm
Make we
here.
cook, make we cook, make we cook. What do you have to say? So in your final submission.
Personally, I know that usually when there's an external force, and that external force is inside the house, there is a tendency that there will be more issues, you know. So in regards to that, I will accept it. But it also doesn't mean that it cannot happen, because you can't meet a mother-in-law that will love you and know that you have a vision. For me, the vision is very important. You must have a vision. If you don't have a vision, you're not coming. You and I, we are not even going to have a union. I have to know that you're going somewhere and you're going to make it. Because I will not be with a man that will not make it.
Great. Great.
Yeah,
Great.
that's
Uncle
my
Ken,
point.
since you are our guest for today, we're giving you the final word to say about this whole situation, right? It was good having you. We thank you for joining us. And then before you wrap up, what's your advice? You've been at weddings lately. Yeah, we see you at wedding jigging. What's your advice to the young couple coming up these days?
First of all, I think most people have seen, most young people that I've seen today, they live in a bubble. They don't live in the real world. You know, so I think they need to get themselves out of that bubble. That is for starters. Now, when it comes to the marriage stuff, I mean, there's a reason why you date for a period before you actually get into marriage. You make it a point to study each other, make sure you're comfortable with each other, make sure that you know that when you get into the marriage, you will stay in the marriage. If at any point during the courtship, and I believe that, at least you should court each other for at least 2 years. Very minimum. If at any point during that you think you have any doubts, then don't get into the marriage.
Wow.
And like they say, you love me, love my dog. If you're going to love the man, then you know that if they have family, you're going to have to love the family as well.
Yes.
If you're going to love the woman, they have family, you know that you're going to have to love the family as well. If in this scenario, you have to move in to their house and they they live with their parents, you as a man have to look at
Even Uncle Kendi.
you have to look at the situation. You have to look at the circumstances. You have to ask yourself, based on your interactions with
Your
mother, or
in-laws.
precisely your in-laws, and then decide, look, I get on well with my in-laws, so yeah, I think I can give this a go. Yeah. If you don't get on with your in-laws, then don't tempt it at all.
And don't go with the expectation that your in-laws are going to turn around on you
Precisely.
into the marriage.
You sitting back and then saying that because you're the man and no, I don't want to go and I don't want to move in there. I'm not. It's not directed at you, so don't talk.
I'm just
And so-
curious. I just want to hear when I think I'll make you, if I'm your son, and then I came home and I told you that dad sees the situation, but I don't think I'm gonna go there. I think you should be proud of me.
Whatever decisions you make, I'll give you my support.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Yeah.
Go back.
Because
Great.
after taking care of you to a certain point, and you're doing your own, you start doing your own thing. I can only lend my support.
Great.
Some decisions you take might be bad, some good, but
Still
whatever the
doesn't
situation
change
is,
Being
I will-
proud.
You're as proud of me.
I will support you.
Nice one.
So,
Nice
So in
one.
my
Nice
own
one.
opinion, I wasn't
Nice
wrong.
one. Nice
I'm
one.
still
So
cool.
if
Nice
you want
one.
to move, if you want to
And so-
move into
I'm
the
still
list,
on
I'm not going
point.
to discourage you.
Yeah.
And if you decide that you don't want
Yeah.
into the lady's house,
You will not encourage it
Great.
either.
yes.
Great.
So
And so the conversation goes on in our home, in our offices, and everywhere we find ourselves. Charlie, whatever you want to do, it's up to you, right? You own your destiny, you make your choices, and so
Precisely.
it's up to you to do whatever you want to do. It's been an amazing
Before you
time.
close down, Troy,
Uncle Ken.
before you close down, Lana,
What is
you go do The boy go keep your own money, go jackpot, and you go come cry, man, and scar,
please,
use
then-
me, he
Oh, we
has
are
used
talking about a
me.
planned life. What are you
Well,
saying?
we had
Person if they lie give you, they plan with you.
But it's vice versa.
Okay.
It will
we
not
had
happen.
the
It will
Take
ever
it away, bro.
young, ever
It's not
bubbly,
happening. Hey.
ever handsome, ever energetic
Okay.
Uncle Ken. Today it was nice having you.
Thank you.
We are
Thank
super
you.
happy, and would like to say a big shout out to our brother King George. I beg your pardon, who couldn't make it today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you can take it over. You can sign out for me.
The sugar daddy. I miss him today. Yeah, the sugar daddy of Afropod podcast. Yeah,
Yes.
a very lively man. Yeah, I miss him today. I know next week we'll have him in, and then Uncle Ken. It's great having this conversation with. In fact, it's great. It's
So much
it's so beautiful
insights.
sitting up close like this with you, with somebody of your caliber, with your kind of energy and charisma. We love it. We love it.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm actually I've enjoyed the discussion. You know, what I've been doing lately is just partying. You know, been partying since beginning of December. So it's a good change to at least not thinking of having to go to a party. And then sitting here having this discussion with you. I mean, I could go on forever, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've had
Oh,
amazing
so
ones.
it's-
Actually, yeah. So time is actually not by our side. So, but we gotta go. We gotta move. You already know. Next time I'm coming on this show, you gotta get my bag available. And then, yeah, you already know. They call me Mr. Sticks, aka your bag is my bag, aka let me get my bag by Monday. And
Troy MC, and of course my beautiful sister.
Yeah, Lana, international lady.
hey,
Afropod Jollof.
Afropod Jollof Fries. Okay, guys, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Afropod. Don't forget to follow us on all social media network at Afropod. Don't forget to follow us on Afropod Studios on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. Make sure you comment, likes, and share. If you know share, you know Mrs. Koi Koi.
Come and catch
Quite,
you.
quite. In the night, we'll go and catch you. Okay, thank you. Before we come away, your way next time. I go by the name Mr. Sticks. See you again next week.